Well, the Health Ministry has issued this warning about the situation at Al-Aqsa Hospital in central Gaza.
Al-Aqsa Hospital will stop its operations within 2 hours because of the occupation practices and the United Nations procrastination regarding the necessary fuel for the generators to work in the hospital. We have launched so many appeals during the recent days to urgently have fuel in the hospital, but no concerned parties have responded. We only received 3,000 litres of fuel on Wednesday, but the hospital needs at least 5,000 litres every day. There are now more than 1,300 sick and wounded patients in the hospital. Their medical treatment will stop because of the lack of fuel. This will lead to a humanitarian crisis in Al-Aqsa Hospital, which is the only operating hospital which serves more than 1 million people in the central governorate. Within hours, all the ambulances and 4 field hospitals will stop. We urge the international community and the United Nations to do their best to immediately provide the hospital with enough fuel. We urge the international community to work hard to stop the war against hospitals and the health system in Gaza before it's too late. We urge the international community to put pressure on the occupation to open the Rafah crossing to allow more than 20,000 wounded people to be treated abroad and to provide us with the badly needed medical supplies and medicines and fuel to stop the soon-coming catastrophe.
Let's get more on this now with Hind Al-Khudri. She's in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. We heard the doctor there, Hind, say a couple of hours, but last you and I spoke about an hour ago, the latest word was they were down to half an hour left of fuel. What's the situation now?
Well, before talking about the fuel, I just want to give you the latest update on what's happening in Deir al-Balah. At least 8 Palestinians have been killed after the Israeli forces targeted a building for the Ministry of Social Affairs and Development. This building had a number of Palestinians that were seeking refuge in this building. According to the paramedics I talked to, they said that they were directly targeted from the window. He said that one of the rockets was a artillery shelling, the other one was a drone airstrike, and we saw the bodies of 8 Palestinians being transferred into Al-Aqsa Hospital and dozens of injuries. It's a chaos right now, and the paramedics are telling us that more ambulances are coming and transferring more bodies, but it's not only ambulances that were carrying the bodies and transferring them here into Al-Aqsa Hospital, but also people were helping with their own vehicles and their donkey carts. Moving to the fuel question, the hospital told us that they had the ability to provide fuel for 3 more hours. Someone donated it for them, and this fuel will be only for 3 more hours, and after it the fuel is going to end and the hospital is going to run out of electricity. Again, this will put hundreds of people having kidney dialysis treatment. This is going to put people who are injured, patients, and the premature babies in risk of death because they're completely relying on the electricity in the hospital, Sami.
My colleague Folly Batibo had quite a distressing call there with the director of Al-Auda Hospital, which we heard a few moments ago. What's the situation there?
Okay, so let's talk about Al-Auda Hospital, and it is in Jabalia in Tal Zatar, where this area has been under siege by the Israeli tanks for more than 4 days now. Jabalia and the northern parts of the Gaza Strip have been witnessing a very harsh Israeli attack, and also tanks are stationed in that area. 14 patients are still trapped into the hospital, accompanied with a couple of doctors, where the Israeli forces stormed the hospital last night, and they asked everyone taking and seeking refuge and all the patients to evacuate to the western side of the Gaza Strip. Some people couldn't evacuate, and they stayed in the hospital. These are the patients who cannot move, and they do not have the freedom of movement. So that's why the doctors promised to stay into the hospital with these patients until there is a safe, secure way for them to evacuate. But again, Palestinians are evacuating from a place to another, and nowhere is safe, Sami.
Hind Khoudary, we hope you stay safe. Thanks for that update.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.